Hey YouTube, long time no see. I'm bedridden today because I ate something at some point that people probably shouldn't have eaten. I've wanted for a while to do a reboot of my channel, kind of throw out all the old stuff and just start afresh. And since I'm stuck in bed today with what I've been working on recently just within arm's reach, I thought I'd put a little video together for you guys. So it's all about Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Demons. I haven't had any games with them yet, but I started collecting them so I could do Age of Sigmar 40k, and I hit 30k, whatever takes my fancy. I have no idea how many points the Force is, as I haven't gotten the latest codex for 40k. This is because my usual experience is as soon as I get the codex, the new one comes out like a week later. This has happened to me with Space Marines, Orcs, Dark Eldar, Necrons. So I thought I'd just start collecting, focus on Age of Sigmar for now, really, because all the stuff currently is free, and then jump into 40k when the time came. And judging by the current size of my army, I'm not sure when that time will be, but we'll see. So without further ado, let's get into the miniatures. I'll only show you my painted stuff, all the stuff that is unpainted but has had big conversions done to it. So first up, I'll show you one of the first units I painted for the army, which were my original blood letters. These are kind of, there's nothing really too special about these, except there's a few more colours in the unit. I like to paint units in, especially demon units, not so they're all the same colour, but so there's like 3 colours really in each unit. So the first guy I showed you is kind of this fiery colour, like started out in red, then went to orange and highlighted in yellow. So it's quite a good look for a blood letter. And then have more of a classic blood letter. You might not be able to tell the difference if you don't see them side by side, but you can see. Where's the camera? This guy's a lot lighter, this guy's a bit darker, so that's the two. And then the third colour in the unit was the purple blood letters. To try and keep the unit all tied together, I painted their swords exactly the same, their horns and kind of the fin bit on their backs. So that just keeps the unit tied together nicely. The other big thing I did for this unit was freehand on the banner on a purple blood letter. And I painted this kind of blood letter face on the banner. So there's the purple banner holder with the blood letter face on the banner. That was the second unit that I painted. I'm going to have to move the camera a bit. The very first unit I painted was some plague bearers. Oh, I forgot I'm experimenting with varnish on, so I won't show you him. The plague bearers, because this whole army really came about because I wanted to do some hobbying, and I sort of just had a box of plague bearers lying around, and I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll make them, paint them, see how it turns out, and then see if I want to expand the force. I kind of enjoyed painting them so much that I just kept going with it. So the plague bearers, like the blood letters, come in 3 different colours. I'll start out with my least favourite colour. This is kind of the champion in the unit. Is this green colour. Kind of more classic plague bearer. The horns, again, are painted exactly the same as the blood letter unit, so it sort of helps them tie together. And the bases at the moment, you'll probably notice, are all quite plain. I'm not sure if we'll do anything with that later, but I just, it kind of makes the bright colours and the contrast of the model stand out even more, that their bases are just so simple. So I'm not sure, I might put some grass tufts on them, but we'll look into that later. So there's the green one. Then I painted this sort of grey-blue plague bearer. The swords were really simple. All I did was I put typhus corrosion and then the riser rust dry brush over the top, and that came out really well. So I just kind of kept a lot of the weapons very simple in that respect. And then the third kind is the bright yellow kind of bloodletter, which I quite like. Probably my favourite bloodletters. Again, all the horns are the same, all their guts are the same. And when it came to sort of painting their pustules, I didn't do them all the same. I sort of divided the unit into the 3 colours, and then I further divided each colour into halves. So the yellow, all the yellow guys have either green pustules or the sort of paley grey-blue pustules. If you know what I mean, I sort of did that across the whole unit, painting half their pustules one of the colours that they're not painted, and then painted the other half the other colour. So I might actually have to make a bigger move. I'm currently working on, because things are getting out of reach, I'm currently working on a unit of plague bearers, which is going to take a long time. I thought about doing a nice quick unit, just all one colour, simple, just to get them painted. And then I thought, no, because my army at the moment didn't really have a theme to it. It was just sort of demons, but they're all very brightly coloured. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I really shouldn't have eaten stuff today. Ugh. All very brightly coloured, but they didn't have like a connecting theme. So this guy's pretty much done, apart from being varnished and having the edge of his base painted black. And I started thinking about kind of a circus of demons, because I thought plague bearers are quite tubby, they have the horns on their heads. We could try and turn them into clowns, essentially. This is the first one done. The rest of the unit is just primed at the minute. I haven't even done all the conversion work I wanted to do on it before I prime them. I don't know why I did that, but you know. So here is a plague bearer clown. As you can see, he's very stripy. I'm going for this time, rather than painting their horns the same horn colour, painted all their horns green, so it's kind of like the sticky out Krusty the Clown hair. And the nose is a map pin that you can buy from like stationery shops. I just sort of clipped most of the pin bit off, then drilled a hole in his face, put some super glue on the pin and just pushed it in and held it there until it set hard. And it works quite well. The noses are a bit big, so I don't think I'm going to do them across the whole unit. I couldn't find any smaller pins anywhere. So I'll probably just do the odd couple, especially the ones with the open mouths, because it looks a lot better on them, whereas some of them, this guy looks a little bit like he's taking over his entire face. I mean, he can't even really see over it, but it kind of works on that guy. So that's a work in progress plague bearer unit. Up next, I'll show you, this is kind of the third unit that I painted. I started out with the original plague bearers and moved on to bloodletters, and I got myself a demon prince. Just a regular, very dusty, it's not good, sort of a regular demon prince, no conversion work on him at all. He's very dusty. As you can see, just the standard demon prince kit, and I stuck a plague nurgling on his base. So it's all very simple. He's got the same pale blue colour that I did some of the plague bearers in. His wings have the yellow. I put some of the purple. I did his shoulders, shoulder armour in purple. Oh, So my laptop went to sleep. And yeah, so he sort of fits quite nicely with those original units that I painted up. It's pretty cool, same sort of basic base, but I think on miniatures this bright actually kind of works. So that was my first demon print. I've got a lot of unpainted stuff. I'm going to have to move. Basically, what I'll show you now is one unit of pink horrors I did. I'll just grab a few from the banner. Here we go. Yeah, I've got the 3 basic colours here. So again, in my unit of pink horrors, I went with 3 colours across the whole unit. I think with the clown plague bearers, that's going to change. There's going to be a lot of colours in there, but so pink horrors. This is that pale bluey grey again, with kind of a pink underbelly, which I think really works. The other one was green. What was the other colour? This one just happens to have a pink underbelly, like a pale green. And pink was kind of the third main colour. I painted each of like kind of their jaw and kind of the insides of their legs and groin. They have groins. One of the other colours again. So see, this guy's pink, but he's got the light blue, light pale blue underbelly. This guy's green, but he's got the pink. I don't have one with the green underbelly with me. But what I'll show you finally is the banner again for the pink horror unit, and I just kind of went with like a demonic eye on this one. So he just has just like a lizard man eye just on their banner, which is a little bit of a conversion. I think it's from an ogre or a Chaos Marauder sprue, and I sort of stuck it. You kind of had the pink horror pole, which would have this bit on top normally, and I sort of stuck a banner in between those 2 bits. So they had a banner, because I like doing freehand on my banners. The only other unit within reach is one of the most recent units I've painted, and quite a bizarre unit, especially in sort of more modern 40k terms. I was really kind of going through like some old school thing. This also came about sort of midway of deciding to do like a more circusy themed Daemons Army. So I can't really show you a couple of these for you to get an idea, because they're all so different. But this is another unit of bloodletters. Started out with a basic conversion, which I thought was actually really effective, and even though the unit looks like bloodletters, they're pretty different. So what I did was, I'll take the one that's easiest to see. What I did was I chopped off their horns and I backhanded all their swords. That's kind of it, really. Very basic conversion, but they do look sort of completely different from the regular bloodletters, if you can see. So it's a really easy conversion, especially with the new GW clippers. You can take those horns off really easy and not actually have that much cleaning up to do once you have. Backhanding swords was harder, just to try and get the sword straight, because you'd have the handle bent one way, the sword bent the other way. There's lots of filing and clipping just to get it just right. Some of them it didn't quite work on, but across the unit as a whole I'm pretty happy. So the idea for these bloodletters, I say the idea, it came about because I was just really bored of painting the same colour, which I don't actually do that much anyway, so that's kind of weird that I got bored of that already. I just picked like 5 or 6 colours and just started blocking colours across the whole unit, just random parts of the models, just to see if you could just have a completely insane colour scheme across the whole unit and see if it worked. So here's one of the more normal examples, is this guy. He has a yellow arm, a green and a red leg, kind of a purple back, a blue arm and a pink head with his backhanded sword. And this really came about because as I was in Games Workshop talking with the manager, and we were talking about my army and how each of the unit has 3 colours in it. He's like, it's kind of like an LSD sort of nightmare is what you'd want to paint your demons like. And I thought, okay, well, let's take that as far as it can go and just create a unit that's just kind of completely mismatched and see if it works. If kind of the fact that they all don't match actually makes them match. Here's another one. Green arm, pink fin on the back, purple leg, blue leg, red arm going into a yellow shoulder, which then goes into a yellow head, and the back of his head is red. So again, kind of getting that LSD nightmare situation going on. This one, which I showed you earlier, is actually my favourite because I wanted to paint him up like an old school gene stealer with a pink head, sort of pink hands, pink feet, and then like a pink bit on their back. So that's what I went for with this guy. So there's like odd ones in the unit which are painted in a completely different way, but really sort of work because the unit is so mismatched. The only thing painted the same are the weapons and their horns, like all their tongues are different colours as well. So. And the banner, I had to go with a suitably bright banner. I didn't paint the flag banner, which is what I normally do because I love those banners and just being able to do freehand on them. I went with sort of the standard bloodletter banner. You can see here the guy again, all different colours, and the banner, which I really like, even though it's just so sort of bizarre, like green blood on it, and then like this red on the outside, blue line, and then yellow in the middle. So that's kind of what their banner's like. It looks insane, and when I originally painted it, I thought it looked like a logo for McDonald's, like a fast food place run by bloodletters, but but I've actually, it's really grown on me and I really like it now, so that's kind of that unit. Apart from that, I have 2 more sort of fully painted units, and then I'll just show you the stuff I'm working on. So one of the other fully painted units are Screamers of Tzeentch, which I thought would be really cool. They're not as, looking at those other bloodletters now, they're not as crazy, but when I did them, it was like bright colours everywhere. It looked pretty nuts. But now they're kind of pretty normal, actually. There's a red one. They've all got an orange underside, and the top has kind of the similar pattern on it of like these veins or lightning sort of coursing across the top of them. This one's red and purple on top. Got here a green and purple. That was the first one I painted. And then a nice blue and purple screamer with the orange underside. So that's a pretty cool unit. I'm going to have to stand up to get this next unit, so bear with me. Ugh. Okay, up next was one of the original kind of first units I painted, because this army originally sort of started just as the old bit, and then I tried to get it together for Armies of Parade at Games Workshop in October, and yeah, it really pushed me to paint a lot of stuff very quickly. I wish there was like an Armies on Parade like every month. So originally I had that the Demon Prince I showed you, the original unit of Plague Bearers, and the original unit of Bloodletters. And alongside those in armies on parade, I had the Plague Drones unit, painted in the same way as the Plague Bearers, essentially. Pale blue here with the green guy on top. Green one here with the yellow guy on top. And yellow one here with a blue guy on top. So that's kind of all my painted stuff at the moment. Quite a bit, but there's actually quite a large amount of stuff that isn't painted. As I said before, I won't show you all the stuff, I'll just show you the sort of the converted stuff. Excuse me again. So, yeah, I think that's it. Only really 3 more bits worth showing you. Here's a currently work in progress Nurgle Demon Prince, based on the Hive Tyrant kit, a bit of Plague Drone bits, and Demon Prince arms. He's pretty huge, and probably one of the heavier miniatures. I actually started working on him early on, so I might go back and repaint some bits, but I think he's looking pretty cool at the minute. The idea was that someone had smushed 2 Demon Princes together, so he's got like 2 heads and there's 2 different colours. He's got, you can see there, Plague Bearers sort of clawing their way out of his stomach. And along with the banners, I got so much good feedback at Armies on Parade with my banners that kind of went nuts. I thought, what if I painted like an evil demonic face on like every sort of part of his wing? Which I'm slowly getting through, but you can see this is the side that I kind of started on. And then I can't see the camera through the Demon Prince. And that side, this side on the inside, demon faces, and on that side you can see where I've started blocking some out. I've just had to have highlights and stuff. He came out surprisingly well. There's a lot of milliput in here. There's a lot of sand. There's a lot of glue and flock to try and make like nasty disease textures. It worked better in some parts than others, but overall I'm pretty happy with him. I kind of bought a Hive Tyrant kit and just thought, what have I done? What am I going to do with this? And it looked awful. It looked, when you do conversions, it all looks absolutely awful until you base coat it. And as soon as you get that, or not even base coat, as soon as you prime it, and then as soon as it's all the same colour, you can kind of have a better idea of what you're dealing with. And from then on, it looked pretty great. So that's my Nurgle Demon Prince, which I'm very happy with. The other, I decided, this is only a week ago really, when I was in Games Workshop, sort of had money burning a hole in my pocket, and I wanted to do a Khorne Demon Prince. And I saw online a really simple conversion with the basic Demon Prince kit, where you take a Juggernaut head and stick it on the Demon Prince. So that's what I've done there. Nothing too exciting with that one. Still grey plastic, sadly, but it's pretty cool. Then I've had some Juggernauts for a while, yet to be painted as well. Not Juggernauts, Blood Crushers, the Bloodletters Riding Juggernauts. I wanted to do something with the leader of the unit to make him look extra special. So this, you kind of got him on some bricks, like a bit of destroyed wall. The conversions here is Screamer of Tzeentch Tail on the Juggernaut, and one of the spare Hive Tyrant heads, because I didn't use any of the Hive Tyrant heads. Just stuck there. The neck is all milliput and liquid green stuff. I added some horns to make it look less Hive Tyrant-y. And yeah, that's that guy. So I've been looking forward to painting him for a while, but I just haven't got around to it. And the final thing, which I have no idea what it's going to be, some kind of Herald of Khorne, maybe a Herald of Khorne on a Juggernaut, I don't know, because it's not like a model that you can get. I had a blood cannon, and I had obviously all the blood thrown bits left. So I also had a box of Crypt Ghouls, and I just had this sort of idea of a sea of Crypt Ghouls sort of carrying the blood thrown into battle. So that's kind of what I've done there. If you have any ideas about what that could be as a unit, just let me know. But yeah, that's really all the conversions and painted stuff. Apart from that, so there's the Skull Cannon to go. There's 3 bases of Nurglings. There's a unit of Demonettes. There's a unit of Seekers. There's a unit of Flamers of Tzeentch, and there is a, what's the big guy called? Not the Defiler, but like Soul Grinder. Yeah, Soul Grinder. So that's all the stuff I've got. All the other stuff though isn't converted. It's just grey plastic at the minute, so there's no point looking at that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully do more of these, keep you updated on the demons, because I've noticed on YouTube there's actually, at least from what I can find, there's actually not a huge amount of coverage of Chaos Demons. So yeah, I'll just keep you informed. I'll try to upload a new video every time I get a unit finished. And yeah, see where it goes. Thanks for watching.